Oh, freedom. Oh, freedom. Oh, freedom over me. And before I'll be a slave, I'll be buried in my grave and go home to my Lord and be free. Oh, freedom. Oh, freedom, freedom. Oh, freedom. Oh, freedom over me. Over me. And before I be a slave, I'll be buried in my own grave and go home to my Lord and be free.
Y'all, I'm tired of picking up this card. I'm hot, tired, and hungry.
I'm more so hot than hungry. You always hungry.
Yeah, and it really ain't fair. We gotta be out here in this heat picking this cotton, and them light-skinned girls get to be up in there washing dishes.
That is so true. We are pretty too. But you know how she leaves when she get hungry. That attitude change real quick.
But I tell you what, I'm done picking up this card. Come on, y'all, let's pick up this card and let's go back inside.
But if we don't pick up all the cotton now, then we're gonna be back out here picking again. Girl, what are you doing?
You gonna get us in trouble. I am dancing my way into happiness. Psalms 30:11 says, God will turn my mourning into dancing. And right now, I'm tired of mourning over this card. And I want to dance.
I'm tired of morning too. You know what, y'all? I think we should all just dance. Come on, y'all, let's dance.
Girl, what are you humming? Can you be quiet?
I'm gonna sing to myself thinking I better move because I hate washing dishes.
Well, you might as well start like it. You gotta do it or suffer.
We've been suffering long enough. We should no longer have to suffer just to please other people.
I'm not pleasing anybody. I'm looking out for myself and let's make sure the dishes are washed so I don't have to go out in that kind of thing.
While y'all doing all this talking, can y'all please hurry up? God is going to bring us out of this situation. Psalms 34:19 says, the righteous person faces many troubles, but God comes to rescue each time.
Well, he need to do a quick work because this right here not getting it.
What are y'all doing? Y'all supposed to be over here helping us with these dishes.
Right now we are dancing for the Lord and we're not thinking about no dishes.
Exactly. We're dancing our way right into happiness.
All y'all go dance, y'all be right there.
Speaking of cotton field, let's go out there and see what they up to.
Yeah, let's go.
Bet, let's go.
What are y'all doing?
Dancing! What do you look like?
That's the same thing these two little girls been doing. You know, I think since we all like to dance, I think we should just dance all right now.
Girl, you might just know what you're talking about.
Yeah, right. She don't know nothing.
Don't y'all do this. Not in the mood to hear it.
But if we're gonna do this, we have to add some type of order because I am a perfectionist and I like things done in order.
Order should be a problem.
Yeah, it should, because y'all want to increase Mrs. Celia's mouth. Y'all not going to do it right, so y'all not going to do it at all. Things got to be decent and in order.
Since we have worked so hard in the cotton field
And kitchen.
Get it right the first time.
Since we have worked so hard in the cotton field and kitchen, can we please dance
And eat.
Try this one more time. Since we have worked so hard in the cotton field and kitchen, can we please dance for the Lord and eat? Because after all, He is the one that gets us through these trying times.
Well, Ecclesiastes 3 and 4 says there's a time to cry, a time to dance, a time to mourn. And since y'all have everything looking so nice, as long as y'all do it decent and in order, it's all right with me.
Thank you, ma'am.
Okay, let's go.
Trying to review.
Hold my hand, ooh baby, it's a long way down to the bottom of the river. Hold my hand, ooh baby, it's a long way down, a long way down. If you get sleep or if you get night,
The cock's gonna call in the morning, baby.
and check the cupboard for your daddy's gun.
Red sun rises like an early warning.
The Lord's gonna come for your firstborn son.
Sands on fire and his heart is
So
burning.
go to the river where the water runs.
Wash him deep where the tides are turning.
And if you fall, if you fall, hold my hand. I've been walking with my face turned to the sun. Weight on my shoulders, a bullet in my gun. Oh, I got eyes in the back of my head, just in case I have to run. I do what I can when I can, while I can for my people. While the clouds roll back and the stars fill the night, that's when I'm gonna stand up, take my people with me. Together we are going to a brand new home, far across the river. Can you hear freedom calling, calling me to answer? Gonna keep on keeping on. I can feel it in my early in the morning, before the sun begins to shine, we're gonna start moving towards that separating line. I'm waiting through muddy waters. You know I kinda made up mine, and I don't mind if I lose any blood on the way to salvation. And I'll fight with the strength that I got until I die. So I'm gonna stand up, take my people with me. Together we are going to a brand new home, far across the river. Can you hear freedom calling, calling me to answer? Gonna keep on keeping on.
The black woman has often been the backbone of families, both black and white. Often, black women were expected to raise the master's children as well as their own, if she had not been stripped of her biological children because of slavery. Women like Sojourner Truth and Maya Angelou have expressed through words, thoughts, deep pain, anguish of black women. Ain't I a Woman is a speech delivered unrehearsed by Sojourner Truth. She was born into slavery in New York State. Sometime after gaining her freedom in 1827, she became a well-known anti-slavery speaker. She also had most of her children sold into slavery. What was the purpose of this speech? Truth was trying to persuade people that women, black or white, should be treated equal to men. Maya Angelou fought for women. She wanted women to have the same rights as men. In her poem, Phenomenal Woman, Maya Angelou speaks of a self-confident woman. She wanted to show the world that it makes her beautiful, and she expressed it in various ways, especially through poems. And in order to pay homage to the strength that women possess within themselves, Maya Angelou inscribed Phenomenal Woman. Maya and Sojourner are good examples of strong, beautiful women who weren't afraid or cared what others thought. They were confident in who they were and stood up and said, "This is me, and I make no apologies for who I am."
That man over there says that women need to be helped into carriages and lifted over ditches and given the best place wherever. Nobody helps me into carriages, nor over the muddy patches, or gives me any best place. And ain't I a woman? Look at me. I have plowed and planted and gathered into barns, and no man could best me ever. Ain't I a woman? I could work as hard and eat as much as a man when I could find it, and take the lash as well. And ain't I a woman? I have borne 13 children and seen most of them sold off to slavery. And when I cried out with my mother's grief, no one but Jesus heard me. And ain't I a woman?
Well, that man over there says that women need to be helped into carriages, lifted over ditches, and given the best place everywhere. Well, nobody ever helps me into carriages, over mud puddles, or gives me any best place. And ain't I a woman? Look at me, look at my arm. I have plowed and planted and gathered into barns, and no man could head me. And ain't I a woman? I can work as much and eat as much as a man when I could get it, and bear the lash as well. And ain't I a woman? I have borne 5 children and seen all of them sold off into slavery. And when I cried out with a mother's grief, none but Jesus heard me. And ain't I a woman? Well, that man over there says that women can't have the same rights as a man, 'cause Christ wasn't a woman. Well, where did your Christ come from? From God and a woman. And man didn't have nothing to do with him.
Pretty women wonder where my secret lies. I'm not cute or built to suit a fashion model size, but when I start to tell them, They think I'm telling lies. I say, it's in the reach of my arms, the span of my hips, the stride of my step, the curl of my lips. I'm a woman, phenomenal woman. That's me. I walk into a room just as cool as you please, and to a man, the fellows stand or fall down on their knees. And then they swarm around me, a hive of honeybees. I say, it's the fire in my eyes and the flash of my teeth, the swing in my waist and the joy in my feet. I'm a woman, phenomenal woman. That's me.
I am not a stranger to the dark. Hide away, they say, 'cause we don't want your broken parts. I've learned to be ashamed of all my scars. Run away, they say, no one will love you as you are. But I won't let them break me down to dust. I know that there's a place for us, for we are glorious. When the sharpest words wanna cut me down, I'm gonna send the blood, gonna drown them out. I am brave, I am bruised, I am who I'm meant to be. This is me. Look out, 'cause here I come. And I'm marching on to the beat I drum. I'm not scared to be seen. I make no apologies. This is me. It's my speed. I'll fire away. 'Cause today I won't let the shit sink in. We are bursting through the barricades. That's what we realize. I won't let them break me down. I know that there's a place for us. Only a glorious.
Good evening. Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. was raised up by God and given a dream he shared with the world on August 28, 1963 in Washington, D.C. Part of his dream was that his 4 little children will one day grow up in a nation where they will not be judged by the color of their skin, but by the content of their character. Dr. King realized that in order to make a difference, he must first look at himself. Every man must look in the mirror of his soul and make a difference. Everyone, including Black people, didn't agree with Dr. King's message of love and nonviolence, but they all agreed on one thing, their desire to be free.
I have a dream that one day every valley shall be exalted, and every hill and mountain shall be made low, the rough places will be made plain, and the crooked places will be made straight, and the glory of the Lord shall be revealed, and all flesh shall see it together. This is our hope. This is the faith that I go back to the South with. With this faith, we will be able to hew out of the mountain of despair a stone of hope. With this faith, we will be able to transform the jangling discords of our nation into a beautiful symphony of brotherhood. With this faith, we will be able to work together, to pray together, to struggle together, to go to jail together, to stand up for freedom together, knowing that we will be free one day.
Gonna make a change for once in my life. It's gonna feel real good. Gonna make a difference. Gonna make it right. As I turn up the collar on my favorite winter coat, this wind is blowing my mind. I see the kids in the street, not enough to eat. Who am I to be blind, pretending not to see them need? I saw us disregard a broken bottle top and a one-man soul. They follow each other on the wind, you know, 'cause they got nowhere to go. And if I know what you know, I'm starting with the man in the mirror. I'm asking him to change his ways. And no message gonna bend and cover. If they wanna make the world a better place, take a look at yourself and make a change. Na 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 na. I close my eyes and I can see a world that's waiting up for me, that I call my own. Through the dark, through the door, through where no one's been before, but it feels like home. They can say it all sounds crazy. They can say I've lost my mind. I don't care if they call me crazy. We can live in a world that we design. 'Cause every night I lie in bed, the brightest colors fill my head. A million dreams are keeping me awake. I think of what the world could be, a vision of the one I see. A million dreams is all it's gonna take. A million dreams for the world we're gonna make.
Good evening. Often, the ships carried hundreds of slaves who were chained tightly to plank beds. They were confined to cargo holds, with each slave chained with little room to move. The owners of slave ships did their best to hold as many enslaved people as possible by cramming, chaining, and selectively grouping slaves to maximize space and make travel more profitable. Slaves on board were underfed and treated brutally, causing many to die before even arriving at their destination. Dead or dying slaves were dumped overboard. These people were not treated as human, living like animals throughout their long voyage to the New World. It took an average of 1 to 2 months to complete the journey. The enslaved people were naked and shackled together with several different types of chains, stored on the floor beneath the bunks with little to no room to move due to the cramped conditions. There are increased cases of misery and evil in the world. Many people have considered the world to be rough. They believe that there is nothing that can save them from the heartache, misery, and the difficulties they are undergoing. However, life must continue because they have found themselves in this world. In such difficult times, it is essential to find something that can make them feel exactly what they need to feel. Music plays an integral role. It helps to bring hope to the hopeless and restore their dreams. Rise Up by Andrew Day is an inspirational song that makes people feel better. In spite of the difficulties and miseries, they should not lose hope. Andrew Day wrote the song Rise Up as a reminder to herself to preserve, to stand up, because if you could stand up, then you could take the next step. If you could take the next step, you could take the one after that.
I grew up like a neglected weed, ignorant of liberty, having no experience of it. I was not happy or contented. Every time I seen a white man, I was afraid of being carried away. I think slavery is the next thing to hell. If a person would send another into bondage, he would, it appears to me, be bad enough
enough to send him to hell if he could. I had reasoned this out in my mind. There was one of two things I had a right to: liberty or death. If I could not have one, I would have the other, for no man should take me alive. I would fight for my liberty as long as my strength lasted, and when the time came for me to go, the Lord would let them take me.
You're broken down and tired of living life on the merry-go-round, and you can't find a fighter, but I see it in you, so we can walk it out. Ooh, mountains, we can walk it out, and mountains. And I rise up, I rise like the day. I rise up, I rise unafraid. I rise up, and I do it 1,008 times again. And I rise up, I like the waves. I rise up, in spite of the ache. I rise up, and I do it 1,008 times again. The silence isn't